This is the G2B from Strong Spas, and it is quite possibly the most exciting spa the UK holiday let scene has ever seen. And that's not just because this spa is manufactured by Strong Spas, where we've got a guarantee of quality and efficiency. It's also not because this spa exceeds all the requirements of HSG 282. It's really so exciting because of the cover, and let me show you why. This is the Durashield cover, which is exclusively available and comes supplied on the G2B. And as you can see, it can take my weight. In fact, it can actually take the weight of several adults, and that means it's super tough and super rugged, and that's very, very important. And let me explain why. Of course, to people who have holiday lets, and maybe for those who don't, the understanding is that hot tubs in holiday lets have a really tough working life, far, far tougher than those found in your or my domestic garden. And because of that, the cover can be a real weak point on a traditional spa. Normal spa covers are ultimately just closed cell foam with a plastic leather look sleeve around them, and they can degrade very quickly. They can break, they can splinter, and also the water can soak into the foam far quicker than that would happen normally. That process can take years, but in a holiday let spa it can actually take months, and that can lead to all manner of problems, most notably very difficult to remove the cover on and off, and that becomes a really bad customer experience. But with a Durashield cover, all of those problems are gone. All of the problems are fixed in one foul swoop because it's incredibly tough, as we've seen. It's got a massive lifespan, incredible longevity, and it also offers incredible efficiency too. So quite simply, you're going to save money and make life easier in your holiday let with this cover. And look how easy it is to remove as well. One-handed, super smooth. I'll go around the other side. And that will not change over time unlike a traditional cover. So the Durashield makes massive common sense, commercial sense, and financial sense on the G2B. So the G2B's cover is really impressive, of course, but this spa is about far more than just its cover. Everything else on the spa is specifically adapted and made for the task in hand. Now, what we're going to talk about here is about HSG 282. So what does that mean exactly? We'll hear that phrase bandied around quite a lot. Well, in order to rent out a spa or use a spa in a commercial business setting in the UK, the government have created a framework. It's essentially a set of rules that users of spas, operators of spas, should abide by in order to make it a safe working environment. Some of those things are what you should do as a user and an operator, like water testing and that kind of thing, but a number of things relate to the spa itself. It should have a number of features. So we're going to talk through those features just for a moment, and of course the G2B has all of them. A spa used in a commercial setting should have at least 250 litres of water per bather in order for it to be deemed safe. Now at 1350 litres, the G2B is amply safe and usable for 5 users. In fact, when we look inside the spa shortly, we're going to see there's actually up to 7 alternative seats, but it's approved for a usage of 5. The spa also has a built-in ozone system. That's a second line disinfection, which helps water clarity. Also in the same vein, it has a 24-hour circulation pump, again part of the regulatory framework, and it helps water quality. Now, if all of that wasn't enough as well, there are a number of things which aren't necessarily HSG compliancy issues per se, but they're just really good, useful common sense. Things like the control panel on the spa. It's a really simple, intuitive control panel where guests can only turn the jets and lights on and off. There's no access to more complex features, which, for instance, if there were, they could end up turning the water temperature down, which can cause problems, of course. The G2B comes heat pump ready as well, so if you wanted to utilize a heat pump to reduce running costs in your holiday let, this spa comes ready to go. And if you would like to explore more about heat pumps and understand how they work and the advantages they offer, of course we offer a comprehensive supply of heat pumps, so do get in touch to find out more. The G2B comes Wi-Fi enabled, and that's a really useful thing in holiday lets. Quite simply, the Wi-Fi capability allows you to adjust the spa temperature, even lock the control pad, see what's going on in the spa, albeit from a remote location, which is a really, really useful thing in holiday lets. And finally, this spa, the G2B, only requires an outdoor dedicated 13 amp supply, so installation is an absolute breeze. Now inside the G2B, we can see what this spa is really all about. We can see the 5 design seats on the spa. In fact, there are actually technically 7 alternative seats, but as we've talked about, it's approved for compliancy for up to 5 users. It is exactly what a holiday let spa should be. It sort of thrives in its simplicity. Less is most definitely more in holiday lets. You want a rugged, tough spa without all of the frills and the extra bits of kit that are probably not only not required, but can also become detrimental. So everything potentially that could cause issue has been removed in the spa. You can see it's an all-seater right the way around with a large foot space. You can also see the 28 hydrotherapy jets, because this spa actually gives a really good massage, which of course is really important because the guests are going to get a great experience. We can also see the fact that it's got LED mood lighting, again, a really nice feature. And if all of that wasn't enough, of course, your guests can sit back and keep their drinks cold in the internal drinks cooler and ice bucket. Now the G2B it looks like a tough spa and it looks like a strong spa, and it really is, because it's manufactured from one-piece molded composite resin right the way through the spa. The floor, the side, the shell, the top, all of it is a one-piece sort of unibody mold, which again all aids strength, toughness and longevity. On the outside you can see this really sort of garden-esque rock effect, and it's incredibly popular in UK holiday let settings. If you've got a barn conversion, a cottage, a countryside property of any sort, this is particularly sought after and very, very popular. If, however, your rental property or your holiday let was a little bit more contemporary, then of course we have an option for that too. It comes in a black cabinet wrap with a black cover, which you'll see on screen during this video as well. Either way, inherently the spa is still the same and it still offers all of the advantages. If you'd like to know more about the G2B and how it can benefit your holiday let, then please get in touch. We really encourage questions here at the Hot Tub Superstore. So anything you'd like to know about this particular spa, its features and what it can do for your business, then please get in touch and we'd love to hear from you.